Good evening, everybody, and welcome everyone to this first intrepid endeavor into this Bad Fanfiction Live. My name is Master Gamington Smythe III. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this first live rendition of my Bad Fanfiction series. You must forgive me that my eyes may be roving around because I am looking at the screen where this lovely text box right here is able to tell me what all my viewers are saying to me as I speak. The marvels of creativity that my nephews were able to tell me how it all works. Because I must say that I do not have the time to be able to learn about all this computational jiggery-pokery. Otherwise, we must say, welcome one and all to Bad Fanfiction Theatre. Now, I can already see that 24 intrepid fellow fanfiction people are here tonight. So, welcome one and all. I thank you for coming for this first outing. And I do apologize if you might not be able to hear me, but just do let me know if you cannot. But anyway, what I would like to say is that here I do have a tip jar, and there is a link in the description below. And I would very much likely appreciate it if you can give it a perusal. So, just to kind of give a little kickback, as an all, because the wonders of trying to find fanfiction online is a very taxing duty. But I must implore my dear viewers that it is strictly not mandatory. It is simply just a token of appreciation. But it's only a token. It is not a necessity. Thankfully, we do not live in a world where fanfiction is behind barriers of finance. That will not do, viewers. And I know that I may be rambling, but I thank you for your patience. And already I can see in the chats, over there, is I see a Masako called Nicholas Petulia. Well, no. I don't know what you mean. I am simply Master Gamington Smythe III. This MasakoX character is simply somebody that I share this channel with. But if you do want to come over and you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe above. And follow on that Twitter thingy. Crystal Dragon says, good evening, MasakoX. Well, I'll be sure to tell him that. Manel says, hey, MasakoX. Well, I don't know what he's right here, but I shall say hello to him anyway. Good evening from, Sonic Speed Super Speed 1. Norma Pops, MasakoX. That is not me. Fade Review is, I'm a fan. Oh. Well, Fade Review, I am most interested to check in your fanfictions. So I am most intrigued. You're on the tad on the quiet side. Oh, well, I should be able to use this microphone device, try and bring it a little bit closer. Or, I don't know. This might be able to do it, but it's because I'm trying to be a little quiet. But we shall see. Break a leg, Smythe. Thank you, Joss. Very much appreciated. Fade Reviews. I use these reviews to help me for what not to do. Why, what have you do mean, Fade Review? All the fanfictions that I share are simply sublime. But thank you anyway. Fanfic tick. I got a tip. Don't run with scissors. It is a very good tip, Ziggs. And, Andrea Ludovic, I am so excited. Now I can watch this without interruptions, says July. Twitter thingy. It is all a bit of a Twitter and twat nonsense. Raphael says, Sonic Super Speed 1, do not apologize, my dear friend. The fact that you are even here in your presence, that's all that matters to me. Quite honestly. But thank you for your time. Lupus Cosplay says, I'm here for once, OMG. Well, we're all here in some ways. And William Zender says, hello, Mr. Smythe. So, Detective Narwhal, you're very handsome tonight. Well, I'll be sure to say thank you. But I am a taken person. But I do have to apologize. There is someone in my life. And that is fanfiction. It's my destiny to read and review And that is completely unshakable. Very well. Again, before... High five, Schmide. All the constant japery, I absolutely love it. But anyway, all I will say is that I have 5 stories for you tonight. But it's not just a 5. But if you have a good idea about the subject matter that we're going to be picking tonight, it is of Dragonball Z. Yes, Dragon Ball. The fanfiction series, which is famous from around the world. So, Paid Review says, how long is the stream? Well, I shall be hoping for at least an hour. But it might be longer than that. We have 5 stories to cover, but if you do have any more Dragon Ball fanfictions that you think might be worthy of my perusal, be sure to leave a message. Or Twitter that feed thingy. I'm saying thingy a lot, but just follow that and you should be fine. One more second thing, if you do follow the stream tip, do follow the link in the description. Anything would be appreciated, but is again not mandatory. That is all I'm going to say now, but we shall have to move on to the first story. Now, I'm going to be a bit generous here. So for the first one, I believe, I am going to suggest this. So we can either have one about Vegeta or My Little Pony and Broly. I am going to let you decide, viewers. I am simply going to let you choose. I believe that drink is going to be quite necessary. Super Lemons 2121 says, which one is your favorite fanfiction? Well, I actually have one coming up this season, and I believe it's actually going to be a very good one. I am very looking forward to it. So, all I can say is, you just have to be sure to keep it tuned. So, let's waste no time. I hope for some MLP DBZ fanfiction. Well, Princess Luna, the fun shall be doubled, because we shall begin with this little ditty by Connor Wit 3. It's simply entitled, My Little Pony Episode 3, The Return of Broly. The main 6 may face their toughest challenge yet. Message. Sorry about the cliffhanger being for nothing, but it's to be set up for a prequel movie, so that was sort of a test episode. Now back to the main episode. One fateful day, Twillet revealed to her friends a very shocking surprise. I'm getting married, Twilight exclaimed. Well, congratulations, Sugar Cube, Applejack said with pride. Who's the lucky stallion? Connor said. I believe this person is a work of imagination, or it might be the author. But Connor says, Flash sentry from the Royal Guard. Twillet says with a blush, I knew it, Pinkie Pie, yelled out. Will I be seeing you any more, Twilight? Spike asked with tears in his eyes. Then Rarity gave him a hug of friendship. Of course you will, darling, Rarity assured Spike. Spike had no choice but to return the hug. The wedding took place at Canterlot, Twilight's hometown, according to Spike. Though Twilight moved to Ponyville a long time ago, when she learned the magic of friendship. Ever since then, the 6 of them have been together forever. Apparently, Luna and Celestia's uncle is coming too. Something about being next in line to the king of Equestria before the real sisters took over, I don't know. So, when did he pop the question, Twillet? Connor asked Twilight. But her face turned red as fire and replied, I'd rather not say. When we got the castle, Princess Celestia had a story to tell the main 6. My uncle was the first Super Saiyan. Many believe it's now an urban legend. I plan to show them that a Super Saiyan is real, Connor thought to himself. At the wedding, the lovebirds were about to get the I-do's, but a royal guard interrupting it, much to the dismay of Princess Celestia. Are you jealous, or do you not want them to get married? Celestia asked. No, Princess, just that Luna has been defeated by a threat. The royal guard broke the news. What? Back in Ponyville, Derpy Hooves is all alone in her house. I know I'm not like them, but is it really wrong? Oh, please, some pony tell me how can I belong when my eyes are bright? The rest of me's alright. So why don't they see it? I got so much inside just because I'm strange doesn't make me dumb. I don't need to change. I'll fly high and love who I become. Derpy Hooves sang. All she ever wanted was to be accepted, then her invitation came in the mailbox. Delivery for Derpy Hooves, said the mail pony. Oh, a wedding! I always wanted to go to one. Then she flew all the way to Canterlot to find Celestia being defeated. Luna already defeated. The regal sisters have been beat by this threat. Mwahaha! The threat said. No, Uncle. Why? Every pony gasped in awe. Did she just call you Uncle? I think y'all heard that correctly. Applejack turned to her friends. Did y'all hear that correctly? Applejack asked. After Celestia was beat, he kicked the crown. Flash went to stop him, but Twilight prevented that. Flash, I can't lose you. I love you too much. Twilight then hugged Flash as Flash returned the hug and said, I love you too, Twilight. Flash still tried to help, even though Twilight just told him not to. Would it be a royal guard if he didn't, though? He helped at the expense of his own life. Flash, no! Twilight tried waking him up, but it was too late. She burst into tears. No, Twilight said in a depressed tone. Applejack tried to cheer her up, but the only thing she felt now was rage. But her rage was complete when the king to be killed was his own niece, Princess Celestia. No! Twilight cried. Every pony was in awe and shock as the fight begins. Connor has put all his power into a last resort and it worked. Or did it? What? Celestia asked as every pony thought she died. But nope, she survived. You won't get away with this, Uncle, Celestia yelled in anger. I already have, said the king-to-be in a maniacal voice. Who are you? Connor yelled. Prince Crystal, said the uncle of Celestia and Luna. We already know he's too strong for the elements of harmony, so Connor decided to show them. Connor was powering up to become a Super Saiyan, and he did, but then he turned Super Saiyan 2. But that wasn't enough. Connor was still powering up. Stop! You're going to destroy Equestria! Twilight tried to warn him, but he didn't listen. The boom! He became a Super Saiyan 3. You like what you see, Prince Crystal? A cocky Connor asked. That was awesome! Rainbow Dash exclaimed, then Falcon Punch! That was it. Prince Crystal had been defeated, and the elements of harmony returned everything back to normal. Now the wedding was on. After the bride, Twilight Sparkle, and the groom had come back with the Crystal Emeralds. Flash Sentry, in case you didn't know, said their I do's. Rainbow Dash decided to do a Sonic Rainboom, but of course Connor just had to throw in a Kamehameha wave and blew up Pluto. As the both moves, Broom the groom decided to kiss the bride, as Rarity had tears in her eyes. I now present you Mare and Colt, Princess Celestia said with, and blew up Pluto as the both moves, Boom the groom decided to kiss the bride, and I'm saying that again, a tear in an eye. Take care of Twily, okay, Flash? Prince Shining Armor told the groom. Sure, bro. Anything. Flash responded with a smile. Twilight and Flash shared a post-wedding kiss. I'm coming, Celestia. Ha 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 ha, said a mysterious voice. The end. Oh, that's just based on the Covenant inbound indeed. I'm just scrolling through all this, it's like... Oh. Hmm? Oh my goodness, viewers, I do apologize for that. There was a little bit of a hiccup in the proceedings. I must apologize about that. Oh my goodness. Oh my dear, I must apologize for that. There was a little bit of a confusion there. It seemed like my computer decided to do a freezing. Once again, I do have to apologize. That's very weird indeed. I'm checking all these little computer things. But, again, I do apologize, viewers. And I do hope that we'll be able to continue the stream. But there does something seem to be bothered. Okay. Right. In that case, we shall start as we mean to go on. The show must go on, we say. Well, the Golden Guy. I do thank you for tuning in, and if you do have any recommendations, be sure to leave a link. Or be sure to tell me in Google, and we should be able to look together. But anyway, how are you all enjoying the stream so far? How are you all enjoying the stream so far, people? But anyway. I do apologize, viewers, as something seems to be going off here. Oh dear. Seriously, that Shinpai no Tame. Honestly. He really seems to be absolutely... No, he was certainly not getting into the spirit of things, I must admit. No, that will not do. Anyway, we shall not waste time. Let us continue with the second story of the night. Well, don't worry, Fade. That person shall be there no more. Because, quite honestly, he was not a good spot. Quite honestly, he was just defending because he was not able to comprehend the fanfiction that was being presented. He could not cope, and therefore he chose to exude frustration. So, his loss, quite simply. But then we should just move on. With this titled, quite ambitiously, The Worst DBZ Fanfic Ever. Once upon a time, Goku was training at the Kame house. He was working hard, then when suddenly Gigi ran up to him. Goku, Goku, she called, breasts bouncing as she ran. Yeah, Gigi? Goku said. Goku, terrible news, terrible. All of your old enemies have magically come back to life, and now want to blow up the earth for no good reason whatsoever. Goku gasped. That's terrible. I'm sure hope we can stop them. It's okay, Goku heard his voice shout. We'll help too. Looking up, he saw all of his friends. Tien, Krillin, Chaozu, Yamcha, Yajirobe, and Senator Orden had all arrived. We'll help you fight, said Tien. Yeah, Yajirobe, but only if I get some jelly donuts. Ha ha, Yamcha laughed. You're such a fat ass, Yajirobe. Everyone had a good laugh at the fat ass's expense. Then Goku spoke. I appreciate the help, but even we may not be strong enough together to beat the enemy. We'll help, came a chorus of feminine voices. Hey look, shouted Krillin. It's Sailor Moon and her pals. They've come to help us too. Sure enough, the entire Sailor Moon gang had come to visit just as the enemy had returned. All of our enemies have arrived too, said Sailor Uranus. Yes, shouted Sailor Neptune. And we're lesbians. At that point, Sailor Uranus and Neptune started to censored.
That's really swell, Goku said. But is it still enough?
Will help, came another chorus of voices. There, standing out on Kami Island, was every anime character ever made. Everyone from Speed Racer, Ronin Warriors, Robotech, those who aren't Fells, 3x3 Eyes, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Voltron, Final Fantasy, Pokemon, Bubblegum Crisis, Codes in the Shell, Akira, Dirty Pair, and many others had all arrived. We have come to help fight, they all said in unison. All of our enemies have been revived too and want to blow up the Earth for no apparent reason whatsoever.
Well, Goku said, all of us anime characters are here together under a common goal. I guess we all know what we should do.
Have incredibly graphic sex! At that point, Goku censored, while Krillin bent over as the cast of Pokemon censored. Meanwhile, Sailor Jupiter took out a French tickler and started to censored, moaning censored, while Rio and the Dirty Pair censored, grunting censored, monkeying censored, surprising at the sight to see that their sketch had censored when suddenly, as if on cue, everyone pulled out strap-ons and really censored. At that point, Vegeta, a topless Lara Croft, and the Nebraska National Guard showed up. Stop it! Vegeta shouted. We'll have plenty of time for this later. Right now, we have to go face the enemy! Right, everyone said in unison. Not unlike Power Rangers. Everyone started to fly towards the battle site except for Vegeta, who took the time to go over Bulma and censored her up the censored. Everyone was able to fly. Even Senator Hatch. Those who couldn't normally fly had been taught how to fly by Goku in the last 15 seconds. Soon, they arrived at the battlefield. There, all lined up, was the enemy force. We desire to destroy the Earth for no good reason whatsoever, they shouted. Never, the heroes shouted. Then they started the battle. The battle lasted for months until the bad guys started to fall back. We're being beaten, they shouted again. We shall all combine into one giant enemy and vanquish you all! Morphing together, they became the entity known as Margin Cell Freezer X Barrel Rocket Exodeath Mamba Angel Luthor from the Negaverse. MCFX BREMALFTN launched a deadly attack that nearly killed our heroes.
We're nearly killed, shouted the heroes.
What shall we do, wailed Krillin, whose ass was still sore. What do we always do when it always seems bad, said Tien. Goku does his spirit bomb. Hey, shouted the topless Lara Croft, let's combine our attacks and we will surely win. Yeah, shouted everyone. Charging up, they attacked with the Super Genki Spirit Mega Ultra Sailor Pikachu Neck Death Kill Main Blast. The SGSM USP NDKM blast tore into the MCFX BREMALFTN like a knife through butter. No! Shouted MCFX BREMALFTN. Only now at the end do we see the errors of our ways. Then, in an instant, FCFX BREMALFTN was dead. Hooray! Shouted everyone. Now we can live peaceful lives. Everyone went back to the Kami house. After a nice round of censored, they all had a nice meal. Boy, I sure am hungry, said Yajirobe.
Oh, Yajirobe, everyone said. You're such a fat ass.
Everyone again had a good laugh at the fat ass's expense. Oh my goodness. That was certainly a lot of things. That was definitely something that I did not expect. Okay. Let's just check going through all the comments. We are going censored the fanfiction, says the 8 Melodies. Andre Ludov says, damn it, Vegeta. Crystal Dragon says, XD. Censored, Lamau. Soren Highwind says, more censoring than R2-D2. Gabe the Gen said, I can only assume this is written by someone who has only had bare knowledge of anime and only known the freaky elements, lol. Lol from Alia Brown. Yami Bakura, that name is amazing. Princess Luna, a what? And the 8 Melodies goes, if you can't beat 'em, bomb 'em. Muffin Botton. Lara Croft is an anime, Princess Luna said. Super Lemons 2121 says, what wine is that? I feel like having some wine. Actually, this was water. I need to keep my vocal cords lubricated, because I do not want to give out. I think losing brain cells. Horseradish isn't an anime either. Andrea Ludov said, please say Super Genki Super Mega Ultra Sailor Pikachu Nectar. Okay. Super Genki Spirit Mega Ultra Sailor Pikachu Nuke Death Kill Main Blast. Super Genki Spirit Mega Ultra Sailor Pikachu Nuke Death Kill Main Blast. Super Genki Spirit Mega Ultra Sailor Pikachu Nuke Death Kill Main Blast. Ooh, almost. Quite a tale. Indeed. Goku. Can I read the Goku X and Frank? I'm afraid, my dear viewers, I'm going to be saving that one for a special episode, if I ever choose to do one. So I do apologize. I believe that's going to be a thing. The Super Genki Spirit Mega Ultra Sailor Pikachu Nuke Death Kill Main Blast. Well, speaking of which, I am going to give myself a top-up, so I shall be back momentarily. Meanwhile, here's a little ad. I'm back, everyone. Welcome back. And I have given myself a top-up. Hopefully I won't need another one. But again, who knows? Andrei Ludov says, well, thank you. I am merely not a champion. I am simply a facilitator of bad fanfiction. Somewhere in this world, someone is trying to greenlight an anime project with a similar premise. Indeed, I wouldn't be surprised. Intermission. Nicholas Petulia. No, there is a Goku and Frank fanfiction. So, don't worry. I shall be reading it some other time. But anyway. I am back, and we're now going to choose one. This one shall do. I think this one shall work nicely. So let's waste no time. And get on with this story. Entitled, Goku's Day of Smartness by Yahiko. Goku is smart? Disclaimer. I do not own Dragonball Z in any way. Notes. This is my first attempt at fanfiction. No flames, please, only positive comments. Goku's Day of Smartness. It was a normal day at the Son residence.
Chi-Chi, I'm hungry. I can't wait for Gohan to come,
whined Goku. You better wait, Goku, said Chi-Chi, whipping out a frying pan of wonder. Goku's eyes opened to an unnatural size.
Actually,
said Goku nervously,
I think I can wait a little longer.
Good, said Chi-Chi with a reproving nod. Suddenly, hey, Kakarot, get your butt down here so I can kick it into next week! Goku's eyes misted up.
Vegeta, I...
What?
I haven't eaten yet.
Vegeta face vaulted and left muttering things about Saiyajin pride.
Ka-san, To-san, I home,
Gohan yelled as he entered.
Yes,
said Goku as he lunged at the food, only to miss the table and hit the wall. Goku, yelled Chi-Chi as she dashed by her husband's side looking for anything wrong.
Goku,
is there anything wrong? Goku groaned.
I think I fractured my collarbone. That'll be fine, if I applied an ice pack and stabilized it for at least 48 hours.
What? Screamed Chi-Chi.
I think I fractured my collarbone, But it'll be fine. I applied an ice pack and stabilized it for at least 48 hours.
Repeated Goku. Chi-Chi fainted and Gohan just stood there, mouth hanging open.
You know, says Goku, you shouldn't use the term hanging, because it'll bring you down your grade, and only make you more apt to use it in your essays and such.
When Chi-Chi didn't wake up, Goku took her to their room and applied an ice pack on her head, then flew over to Capsule Corps to see if Vegeta could spar. Hey Kakarot, finally you came. I thought you would never come.
Vegeta, please don't call me Kakarot. I just like the term. It reminds me of a certain vegetable that I like to eat, and I'd rather it be hard to explain to someone that I ate myself because of my name.
Vegeta fainted at Goku saying something smart, and when he didn't awake, Goku picked him up and took him inside to Bulma.
Bulma, Vegeta fainted. He'll be fine, but to be on the safe side, I think you should put him in bed for at least a day. Give him lots of liquids, and he might have a slight headache when he wakes,
said Goku. What? Started Bulma. Goku decided not to repeat himself in case that Bulma might also faint.
Nothing. I said nothing,
sighed Goku. What will happen next? I will write the next page if I get 5+ reviews. Wahahaha! Well, good news, people. And there are 88 reviews. So, there is a second chapter. So let us begin. Disclaimer. Me no own Dragonball Z or Sailor Moon. Goku's Day of Smartness. Part 2 of 3. Goku decided to eat after he left Bulma, so he went to the nearest restaurant, which just so happened to be the one he was noted for. Hello, Son Goku. How may I help you? Asked the waiter slowly and clearly.
There is no need to talk that slow, sir. I'll just have my usual everything,
replied Goku. The waiter was stunned. In all the years of serving Goku, he had never, ever heard him say something smart. It was there, no other word to call it. Scary. The waiter wondered if Goku was abducted by aliens or something, but this was definitely not Son Goku. The waiter stood there, pondering until he heard a thud. He turned to see what it was, and realized that he stood there thinking for so long that Goku had passed out from hunger. Now that was strange, pondered the waiter, once again thinking. The Goku that I know would have complained that he was not eating. Or he would eat the table or take food from other people's plates. But he would never, ever sit there politely waiting to be served. The waiter stood there thinking for so long that when he remembered that Goku had passed out, it was nighttime. The waiter glanced at the table and saw that Goku was still knocked out and his stomach was making sounds like an earthquake. Ooh, I better get Goku to a hospital, said the waiter, and called for the ambulance. The next day, Goku aroused to the smell of disinfectant. He glanced around. Suddenly his eyes popped open wide. It was his worst enemy, the invincible warrior that there were millions of. Yes, it was a needle. Goku let out a horrible shout and flew outside, leaving a Goku-shaped hole in the wall. Goku flew in until he was on the other side of Japan. Goku was getting so tired that he stopped. Get out of my way, a girl in a red warrior's fuku shouted.
You should not use the term outa, because,
started Goku. I don't care. Move! Then Goku saw what the girl in the fuku was talking about. Goku smirked and shot a ki blast at the monster and flew off. Did you see that hunk? He killed that nega monster with one shot. You know, he kind of reminds me of my old boyfriend.
You should not use the term kinda, shouted a voice from the distance. It will make you more apt to use it.
By now, Goku was getting hungry, so he headed back to his house in Black Forest. 50 miles from his house, Goku could smell the aroma of Chi-Chi's cooking.
Chi-Chi, I'm home,
yelled Goku as he flew through the side wall, leaving yet another Goku-shaped hole in the wall. Goku jumped up, shook his head, and lunged for the food, only to miss the table and hit the wall. Goku! Goku! Wake up! Yelled Chi-Chi. But Goku didn't wake up. Frieza is back. Nothing. Vegeta wants to spar. Still nothing. Dinner? Nothing. Chi-Chi was getting very worried. That last remark usually worked. She tried once more. We're going to the doctor's to get your needle. What will happen next? Will Goku awake? If he does, will he be smart or his usual self? Stay tuned. Well, we shall be. Most definitely. Is everybody enjoying this so far? I'm just reading the comments. Nicholas Petulius says, "Holy double post, Batman!" Soren Highwind, "People faint pass out so easily." That they do. Andrea Ludov, plot twist, he's not smart, he's wearing chloroform as cologne. That indeed is actually pretty funny, I must admit. Maybe that's gonna be Goku's next successful attack, making enemies faint by being smart. We have to get on the phone to Toriyama for that. Oh dear, everybody. We're certainly having a good time, aren't we? But anyway, if you like what you see, be sure to leave a tip. Link in the description. But anyway, let's get on to part 3. Goku's Day of Smartness, part 3. I don't own Dragon Ball Z. This fic is also kind of my next fic, so 2 fics in 1. I also took some material out of Kennen and Kel, so I don't own that either. The characters might also act different. Happy face. Slowly, Goku opened his eyes.
Chi-Chi, Yes, Goku? Jeez, Goku, say it already! I'm hungry! Whoa!
Chi-Chi was relieved. Her Goku was back, and he wasn't smart!
I'm gonna see what Vegeta is up to, okay?
Said Goku as he finished inhaling the contents of the fridge, pantry cupboard, emergency stores, and the garden. But Goku, it's 3 a.m. He'll be asleep.
Nah, I always sneak out around this time to spar, replied Goku.
You what? Why, you little... started Chi-Chi, but Goku had already left, so there was no point of going on. At Capsule Core. Goku and Vegeta are outside Bulma's window. Goku knows that Vegeta likes Bulma, so he decides to help Goku, said to Vegeta. Girls like that romance stuff, so use a ladder and climb up to the window. Oh no, it's Goku.
Girls like that romance stuff, so use a ladder and climb up to the window.
At first Vegeta grumbled, but in the end agreed. So at the present, with Vegeta on a ladder outside Bulma's window, Vegeta tapped on the window. "Woman, wake up!" he said. Nothing. He tapped again. Still nothing. So Vegeta pushed the window, but he lost his balance on the ladder and fell inside. Bulma woke up. "Vegeta, what are you doing here?" she asked. "I need to tell you something," Vegeta replied. They sat on the window ledge. Inside, by the way.
"Vegeta, I'm bored," said Goku.
"Kakarot, I told you to stay down there," snapped Vegeta.
"Oh, okay then," replied
Goku as he climbed back down.
"Be quiet, guys. My godson might come in,"
hissed Bulma. "Silent woman, I need you to inform you of something."
"Vegeta, I'm hungry,"
interrupted Goku again. "What did I tell you, Kakarot? Stay down there!" growled Vegeta, who was getting annoyed.
"Oh yeah, Yamcha's coming."
"I don't care, Kakarot. Get lost!" Vegeta turned to Bulma, then realized what Goku said. "Did Kakarot just say, Yamcha's coming?" Bulma nodded. "Kakarot, we'll have to hide!" said Vegeta, as he pulled Goku through the open window. Goku grabbed the ladder. As he came inside, and Bulma, Vegeta, and Goku looked for a place to hide. Vegeta went into Bulma's closet. Goku shoved the ladder on Bulma's bed and put the blanket over it, and jumped into a pile of stuffed toys, covered himself up to his head and grinned obviously, trying to look like a soft toy. Probably, actually, viewers. A lot like this. Meanwhile, Yamcha came through the window and walked towards Bulma. "Bulma, darling, I'm so sorry I stood you up today. I had some, work to deal with." Bulma opened her mouth to speak when...
"Bulma, are you okay in there?"
Bulma's parents had woken up. "Quick, Yamcha, hide!" said Bulma. "I'll hide in the closet." "No!" Bulma tried to stop him, but it was too late. Yamcha jumped in the closet just as Bulma's parents came in the door. Meanwhile, in the closet... Vegeta, what are you doing in Bulma's closet? Demanded Yamcha. What's the dilly? What's the dilly, filly? Oh, we need to have Vegeta saying that. Oh, what's the dilly, filly? Said Vegeta. Well, Bulma's got some nice clothes, hasn't she? Oh, yeah, look at this one, said Vegeta, fingering the clothes. Vegeta? In Bulma's bedroom. Why are you sleeping with a ladder, Bulma? Asked Mrs. Briefs. What's going on in here? Dr. Briefs never finished his sentence because the closet door opened and Yamcha and Vegeta fell out. How to get in Bulma's closet? Man, I gotta get out. Yeah, I gotta go. Let's go. Vegeta stuttered as he climbed out the window really fast. Everybody stared at Yamcha, waiting for an answer. Suddenly, Goku jumped up, sending stuffed toys everywhere.
I'm a big toy. I'm sad because no one will play with me anymore. I'm going.
With that, Goku did a belly flop out the open window. Everybody stared, and when they turned back to Yamcha, he was gone.
Wonder what that was about, huh?
Said Bulma nervously.
Anyways, I'm tired. Night-night.
Bulma jumped into her bed and fell asleep. Dr. Beef shrugged, took the ladder, put it away, and went back to bed. Mrs. Brief stared at her daughter and said to herself,
We have to get Bulma a decent boyfriend. What does she see in that ladder?
Well, you can't admit, but the ladder is pretty straight. After a while, Mrs. Briefs too went to bed.
Fine.
So, what did you think? More later! Is there more later? Oh, that's such a shame. 2001. Oh dear, this is a classic. No. Oh dear, that's a shame, viewers. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to view that. Anyway. Anyway. Everybody enjoying themselves? I do hope that you're enjoying yourselves. I very much appreciate it that you like what you see. It's indeed very good. Anyway, let us waste no time. Ah, Crystal Dragon, you are my very best friend. Thank you very much. But anyway, let us get on to story number 4. Okay, here's a request.
I am a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Or, I'm a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan.
HRH Nicholas Abel says, how long will this last until? Well, we have 2 stories left to go. So probably at least another 20 minutes. No, ROG, you have not missed anything. You're just beginning, because we're now going on to story number 4. By Perfect 2002. Vegeta's Bad Day. Rated R for skinny dipping. It always happens one day or another. It just happened to be today. Of all the people, Vegeta with the worst luck. A bad day. The camping trip. Author's note. Now I know it's not that easy to steal a motorcycle, but hey, work with me here. Disclaimer. I own everything! Oh, just joking, I own nothing. It is on this page. Except for the motorcycle. Vegeta awoke to a beautiful sunny day. Darn that blasted sun! I could have slept for 2 more hours! Vegeta then fell on his pillow and began to snore. When Dad! Trunk came in shouting in his ears as he jolted off up on the pillow and out of his drool. "What is it?" Vegeta questioned him, ready to go back to sleep.
Can Goten come over?
Trunks asked his irritated dad. "No! You go over that to that brat's house! Last thing I need is to be Kakarot's boy's babysitter." Goten started frolicking around the house, then ran out of the house screaming madly. Then Vegeta tried and hopefully would fall back asleep. As soon as he started to doze off, a faint buzzing sound caught his ears. Bzzz. He put a pillow over his head as it grew louder. It came from a friendly fly that had flown in through an open window. As Vegeta started grinding his teeth, he swung the pillow over the fly. It struggled for mercy while Vegeta threw the whole pillow out the window. As he heard the last of the buzzing sound, he had fallen back on the bed. Then the door slammed open and Bulma walked in.
Vegeta, take Goten and Trunks camping.
Bulma said as these words shot through Vegeta's eyes like bullets. Vegeta reached up to the sky as his last few words reached the outside of the window. No! Vegeta was now on the road, driving like a madman while Trunks and Goten were in the back. They both had big smiles on their faces. Of course, this was one of the many things that could drive a guy crazy. Taking little kids to the zoo, keeping them out of mischief, changing the kid's dirty pull-up pants. But a camping trip? What mad mother could have planned this? None other than Chi-Chi. But back to Vegeta, in this new hot climate somewhere near the equator. Vegeta couldn't stand it. He was having a horrible day. Of all the people, Vegeta. They reached a parking lot where he failed on his first attempt to park a car. He promised his wife that he wouldn't be flying anywhere soon, or to leave the kids outside the tent. So he was finally at the worst place he could ever be, as he knew this day would have to come sometime in his life. He was waiting at the counter while Goten and Trunks ran around behind him. "Give me a tent," Vegeta told the guy at the desk.
"Now, I can't just give you a tent. You had to be reserved, and the park is full, so I'm sorry, sir,"
the man in the suit said. "You see those two kids over there?" Vegeta told the guy. "Yeah," the man said. "And do you see this wall?" Vegeta asked as the man lifted one eyebrow. Vegeta turned around and shot angry eye-beams at the wall as the wall crumbled. "Now do you see a tent?" Vegeta asked, tapping his foot in anger. Vegeta and the two boys were at their new tent. Vegeta went inside as two people were in there. "What are you doing? This is a campsite." "Not anymore. Now get out of our tent," Vegeta told them as they both ran out of the tent.
"Are you sure that was a good idea, Mr. Briefs?" Goten asked.
"You wanted to go camping? Now we're here, so go. I will be sitting in that tent reading my manga comics." And then Vegeta closed the tent on both of them.
"Well, Goten," Trunks said awkwardly, "I got a great idea," Trunks then said as they both took off for the lake.
"Children, they're easily amused," Vegeta mumbled as he flipped a page to the comic Ray Earth. "Eek!" someone cried out in the distance. Vegeta ignored it. But then again, more cries. Vegeta mumbled under his breath and kept reading. Another shriek. And another. And another. And another until... "Darn these people, they are ruining my silent reading time!" Vegeta walked outside the tent to see people running from the lake as he saw Trunks and Goten skinny dipping in the public lake. "Ah!" Vegeta screamed in an outrage as both the smiles disappeared from Goten and Trunks' faces.
Uh-oh,
Trunks breathed out. Vegeta grabbed Goten and Trunks as he wrapped towels around them with a monstrous face. Vegeta snorted as the two children shivered while smoke released from Vegeta's ears. "Don't you ever do that again!" he screamed in an insane voice as he shook them vigorously in the air, holding them up by their towels. He dropped them on the ground as he screamed and began to scratch his head. "Let's go." As they arrived at the parking lot, they saw their car being towed away. "Why is this cursed job left to me and not the birth mother? Why?" Vegeta yelled them on, "Get on someone's motorcycle." "Hop on, children, we're going for a joyride." Vegeta told them as Goten looked worried, and Trunks hopped on.
"Mr. Briefs, now I'm certain we're supposed not to do this," Goten told him.
Vegeta just snorted and grabbed the child, pulling him and driving away. Almost there, and what would you know? A yellow sign came up that no one read. Bugsing! 2 minutes later. Vegeta's face was covered in splattered bugs all over his face, looking sour. Trunks and Goten nearly hid behind Vegeta. When they finally reached home, Goten and Trunks ran in the room and locked the door as Vegeta with bloodshot eyes rampaged to his room. He then dropped on the bed silently as night fell. All of a sudden, through the window, chirp, chirped a cricket. Then came the
Vegeta!
Gohan yelled. One of Vegeta's eyes opened like of Jurassic Park as the people began to shrink.
My mom told me to pick up Gohan.
The loud, annoying voice echoed. So if he is her to tell him to. His sentence was not finished as he now lay on the ground with a broken vase over his head. Now Vegeta lay quiet upon his bed. Not a single cricket chirping, and not a Gohan to wake him. Just him, his bed, and the kids locked in a room where he peacefully smiles, where he sleeps. Well, viewers, that was certainly a thing. A lovely little jape. Not a bad one. It's actually really nice to see that Vegeta actually spends time with his family. Now, apologies dear viewers, I need to go back and get another drink. But we shall continue with the last story. I shall be back momentarily. Well, I do apologize for the lie for the wait, but I need to keep my voice lubricated. Anyway, we should waste no time, and let's see where we go from here. Let's see what we can do. In this tale, last time, our last story of the night. And apologies for continuing with this, but one more thing. Is if you have joined us just now, be sure to leave a tip, as you'll be able to get on stream tip with a link in the description. A tip, no matter how small, would be greatly appreciated, as it would be able to continue for me reading fanfiction. And I'll be able to have a better selection too. You see, every fanfiction is an endangered race. And with my help, we shall be able to find more species and be able to save fanfiction from becoming extinct. So, all the help that you can give would be greatly appreciated. As well as be sure to follow me on Twitter and subscribe to the channel properly to be able to access the streams faster than before. I do apologize, Fade Review, that you might not be able to receive this fanfiction right now. Because internets. Isn't that just a funny thing? David Johnson, Gogeta fanfic, please. If you'd be able to tell me, what this fanfiction's called, we should be able to look for it on Google. Random Guy 728 says,
I'm way better than One Punch Man. I mean, look at these guns.
Okay. Anyway, let's waste no time, and let's get on with the final story. By Bimbo and Ditz. DBZ Crimbo Santa Saiyans. Complete! Well, it's our fan Christmas fic, and Vegeta and Goku both dress up as Santas to entertain their wives, but it all goes horrible wrong. Please review. Hope you enjoy. Disclaimers. We own nothing. By the way, Goku is in his adult form in this fic, not the kid form. This is our one-shot Christmas fic, so please get in the spirit and review it. Don't be the Grinch. Merry Christmas, everybody, and a wicked new year. Hope you enjoy the fic. Bye-byes. P.S. This is our fic also for the MediaMiner.org Christmas fic contest, so the more reviews, the better. It would be nice to win something. Well, Merry Christmas. DBZ Crimbo. Santa Saiyans. All was quiet in Capsule Corps. It was Christmas Eve, and all the lights were out. A small stocking hung from Bra's bed, and Pan was snuggled up nice and warm in a blanket on an inflatable blue bed next to her best friend. Her stocking was lying casually on the floor, just waiting to get filled up with presents. Everyone was sleeping. Except... Kakarot, you're standing on my foot, you peasant! Vegeta muffled from under the hot flake fluffy white bed.
No, I'm not.
Goku whined as he wiggled the red, white, and fluffy hat on his head, adjusting it until he was finally comfy. Why on this whole pathetic planet did Bulma have to invite you for Christmas? It couldn't have been anyone else but you and your stupid family. Vegeta moaned as he stomped down the first flight of stairs, noisily followed closely by a heaving Goku. He was carrying 2 large brown snakes, each almost twice the size of him, and he was banging them down the stairs after making huge soft bangs with every step he took down. Do apologies with your viewers. We shall be back momentarily. We're having a bit of technical difficulties right here. Normal service shall resume shortly. Well, that part is not technically working, but I must admit that thank you very much, Carl Rossi, for the 760 tip. It was very much appreciated. Thank you so very much. Thank you for your, of course, the fanfiction worth. Thank you very much. Anyway, we shall continue.
Actually, Vegeta, naturally it's not my whole family. It's Chi, Goten, me, and Pan.
Goku corrected Vegeta as he got to the bottom of the stairs. Vegeta just sighed and rolled his eyes. Thank God for that. I couldn't survive that with that nerd of yours and his baka wife as well. It's bad enough with you, Vegeta said disgustedly as he walked down the hall.
Hey, Vegeta, why do I have to carry your sack as well as mine?
Goku asked questioningly as he followed Vegeta through the hall, scraping the bags along the floor, and his red and white and seriously unfashionable shoes squeaking and making a funny noise with every step he took. Because you're a mindless third-class Saiyan, a guest, and as long as you don't want to be forced to sleep on the lawn in the snow as I wanted you to in the first place, my personal bag carrier and slave for Christmas. Well, until Bulma finds out anyways. Now be careful, Bulma will kill me if anything gets smashed. Vegeta said coldly as he took a turn left and let the struggling Goku follow him.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Thanks for reminding me, Vegeta.
Goku replied stupidly, slapping his forehead and carrying on dragging the bags along the floor. All led them to really the large lounge of CC. Now, forget what the women told us. Let's just dump the presents and run. Vegeta told Goku overconfidently as he took the largest bag, which was actually his, off his fellow Saiyan, and led him to the biggest Christmas tree that Goku had ever seen. Earlier that day, the dumber Saiyan of the two had awed the green tree for almost an hour as he watched the lights all flash and the baubles sparkle so much that his face was reflected. It had also been there the first time ever that Goku had seen a fiber optic Christmas tree.
Why do we both have to be Santa?
Goku whined again as he began unpacking his own brown bag and setting the presents out under the tree in big piles. You know why, you fool! It's the woman's idea of a joke, and if you wouldn't have been stupid enough to give me the thought in the first place... Vegeta was cut off quickly when the lights suddenly all switched on brightly, blinding the unsuspecting Saiyans, who had all gotten used to the dark at this time for just a few seconds. But that was enough time. Burglars! 5-year-old Bra screamed as he ran round in circles, tripping over her large pink pajama bottoms in the process.
And they dressed as Santas!
Pan shouted angrily as they started to power up. Tinsel began flying everywhere. Both Vegeta and Goku looked at each other, both with panic in their eyes. If they didn't do anything fast, Pan was going to trash the whole place, and that would mean no turkey for them in the morning. Fuse? Goku suggested, whispering to Vegeta through his fake beard. Vegeta nodded quickly in return. Bra was at this time screaming for Vegeta as loud as she could, and Pan was increasing her power more and more. If they didn't do something quick, then the turkey would be gone for sure. In a flash, there was 2 Saiyans doing a very fast but goofy dance. What was left after the bright light was one combined slightly taller and bigger built Vegito. I will point there that is slightly wrong, because that's Gogeta that they mean. It's not Vegito. So I'm just clearing that up for everybody. So apologies if there's any misunderstandings there. But anyway. He had the same Santa outfit, the same goofy shoes, and the big red and white hat that covered up the Saiyan's fused hairstyle.
Santa?
Bra said as he stopped screaming for her father. Her mouth hung open in an anime style, almost down to the floor. Yeah, but you can call me Vegito Claus. I'm Santa's nephew, covering for Santa because he's, eaten too many pies and has, indigestion. So I'm covering from tonight, Vegeta said quietly as he grabbed the beard and started to peel off his face slowly.
Wow, I met Santa's nephew,
Pan said excitedly. She clasped her head together and did a little happy dance.
So, you know fusion like my daddy?
Bra said suspiciously as she eyed the presents in the sacks excited secretly, hoping that both the sacks were all for her. Yes. Yes, that before Santa was my twin, and we fused to make a super powerful Santa so we can deliver all the presents in time for the morning. But it only lasts for 30 minutes before we have to fuse back together, so we really must be going. Vegeta said quickly as he tried to run out the door, but was stopped by 2 pairs of forceful arms behind him.
Wait, Vegeta Claus, you haven't eaten your pie, or gave your reindeers a carrot yet, Pan said with a pouty look on her face.
Yes, that is true. I am hungry, actually. I do apologize for the drop in quality, but again, the stream is a little inconsistent. So hopefully it shall return shortly. Me too, Bra said as she pulled him to the kitchen. So, Santa's nephew, are you a Saiyan? You sure have a high power level. The little blue-haired princess said as she not only placed the apple pie on the table, then went to raid the refrigerator in the cupboards. You bet I'm a Saiyan. I'm actually a Saiyan prince, Vegeta said proudly. The Vegeta part of him took over suddenly, forgetting he was fused for a minute. Of all Saiyan Santas, he added quickly, blushing after he said it.
Wow, a coincidence or what? My daddy is Prince of all Saiyans and I'm a princess. So that means I'm higher than you, so you have to do whatever I say,
Bra said as she gave Vegeta an evil smirk. That's my princess, the Vegeta half of Vegeta thought, smiling at what Bra just said. 25 minutes later, and lots of foods have gone. The 2 Demi-Saiyans and the Fused Saiyan had somehow managed to eat all the fruit from the cupboards. They drank most of the soda, ate 10 packets of potato chips. Crisps for you people in boring old England, like... Oi! I resent that. And half of large yard young chocolate bar. Not to mention a very large chocolate gatto had disappeared into the depths of their stomachs. Man, that was a nice snack, Vegeta replied as he patted his slim red velvet-covered belly and burped as a kind gesture.
Hey, Mr. Claus, shouldn't you be going to see all of the other little kids now?
5-year-old Pan said as she threw her final apple core in the metal trash can. Yeah, I'd better, Bye, Pan. Goodbye, Bra. I hope you like your presents, and you two ought to be getting back to bed. If not, I won't be coming next year. And remember the one thing, you two, Vegeta said in a pathetic fake Santa voice.
What's that, then?
Bra said innocently as she looked straight at Vegito, giving him her sweet look.
I can get you to do anything I want.
Oh no, not now, Vegito thought as he started focusing all of his power into keeping him fused. The time limit was almost up. 29 minutes had gone by now. There was only a minute left. Bra was giving him a smirking stare, and this was only distracting him further. By the way, Bra, don't give your father that smile anymore. It's really not good for his health or your mother's credit card, Vegito said quickly as he got up from the table quickly. Bra just gave him a suspicious look that made Vegito even more puzzled, but there was no time for that.
Okay, bye. See the normal Santa next year.
He both said as they waved Vegito towards the kitchen window that was now a cold wind was blowing through.
Hey, wait a minute, what about your reindeer's carrot?
Pan said, holding up the carrot in a salute to Vegito. Oh, sorry, Pan, but my reindeers are just full up on snow, so they don't want any more food just yet. So I'll tell you what, I'll eat it, Vegito said quickly as he snatched the raw carrot off the shocked Pan and bit into it as he ran back to the window and put his foot on the sill. Boom! With that, the Vegito claws exploded, and Vegeta and Goku remained. Goku was without his beard, and was eating the raw carrot. Vegeta had neither a beard nor a hat. They had both fallen off when they unfused. Both Demi-Saiyans noted the Saiyans straight away. The unfinished disguises gave it away a bit too much.
Daddy, I knew it was you,
Bra said, running up to Vegeta and gave him a surprising hug.
Grandpa, I thought you were Santa Claus.
Pan said, smiling as she realized it was Goku, who had been dressed up all along. She was surprisingly not upset at all.
I was good at acting, wasn't I, Daddy?
Bra whispered into his ear mischievously. What? Vegeta replied, confused as he scratched his head in a Goku-like way. Bra then sighed loudly.
I heard you and Mommy last night, she said slowly as if her dad was stupid. Oh, she heard you doing what, I wonder?
Goku hinted cheekily as he nudged Vegeta, trying to worry the now blushing Saiyan. You heard everything, Vegeta said quietly as he closed the breezy window and faced his smirking 5-year-old daughter.
Yeah, it wasn't that hard, because Mom said that you'd look good in blue. Then she said that you should wear more Christmas colors, though, and you should not be so miserable and grumpy towards Goku. Then she said that if you wear red for one night, then she would wear a special dress for you. Then she mentioned about Goku dressing up as Santa Claus. You refused. Then you said something that offended her, so she decided to get you back by making a deal with you that you and Goku must both dress up as Santa and work together, so she could laugh at you. Otherwise, you wouldn't get any.
Bra paused for a moment, then letting the tension get Vegeta, he practically knew what she was going to say next.
Sex,
she said simply and loudly to prove to her dad that she heard it all. Bra is scheming for her age, isn't she? She's a little devil. Vegeta began to panic after she said this. Bulma's whole plan to mock him had gone completely wrong, and his 5-year-old daughter had hove over practically their whole conversation in bed. Luckily, it seemed that she didn't get everything, though.
What does that word mean, Daddy?
Bra asked curiously as she pondered what the mystical word sex was that seemed to panic Vegeta every time she said it. I don't know, Princess. Why not ask Mummy in the morning? Vegeta said quickly, almost praying that Bra would forget about the whole conversation and change the subject.
But I don't want to wait. I want to know now.
Bra said as she started to get angry and stamp her feet. Goku, who had found the whole sex question hilarious and was in stitches, was now beginning to feel sorry for his rival Saiyan, who was trying to calm Bra down.
Hey, Pan, time for bed. The real Santa's gotta be coming soon,
Goku said as he quickly pushed the sleepy Pan out of the kitchen door and closed it behind him. Bra, don't you think you ought to be getting to bed too? If not, the real Santa would bring you any more presents. And believe me, your daddy really doesn't know what that word means, but your mummy's really clever. Why not ask her to tomorrow, after you've finished opening all your lovely presents? Goku said, smiling at the little stubborn princess when she was on a strop. She had exactly the same look as her father. Her arms were folded, her mouth was in an angry look, and she looked hard. Goku thought, smiling at the similarity between father and daughter. Yeah, but Santa Claus isn't real. Duh, Bra said, sticking her tongue out at Goku, who was still smiling as usual.
You two proved that Trunks was right. He told me that you were Santa, and he's nearly always right, he is.
Bra said, nodding her head continuously.
Yeah, but Santa is real, And I promise you that he will only come to you tonight if...
Goku was caught off by an overexcited Pan who came charging through the door.
It's the real Santa!
She gasped as she bounced up and down in excitement. Goku and Vegeta looked at each other and both pulled a confusing look.
He's in the lounge!
She shouted as she started to pull Goku through the door.
Come on, let's go see what's going on then.
Goku said, smiling still as he pulled out the door. Let's go find Santa Claus, Vegeta said sarcastically as he walked out of the room with Bra close behind him.
Oh wow, it is Santa,
Bra said as she reached the doorway to the lounge.
Looky, he's even got his reindeers outside,
Pan said, pointing her finger outside the window. Vegeta turned a confused sideward glance down the hall where he saw a happy, smirking Bulma, so he flew up to meet her, gathering that she had something to do with the guest Santa Claus in the lounge, who was packing hundreds of presents under the tree.
You're wearing a new dress.
And it's very sexy, he hinted to Bulma as he looked her up and down. She was wearing a really skimpy blue dress that barely covered anything up. It was obvious that it was suited for bed use.
And I just saved your Super Saiyan butt again, she said as she swung her blue hair behind her back and wrapped her arms around Vegeta's neck. They stood there and kissed for a few seconds. Then Vegeta simply flew to their room and it only took a few seconds as well. So that's why Santa came to my rescue then. My smart-ass wife had a backup plan all along. Oh boy, do I love you, Bulma. Vegeta said lovingly as he flopped down onto their king-size waterbed and kicked off the cheesy Santa boots. Oh well, you've been a good boy, haven't you? Bulma said as she lied down on the bed and kissed Vegeta again. In the end, everything worked out but okay. Really, the Santa was Master Roshi dressed up in case you people were wondering. The reindeer were actually holograms, and it was all a backup plan in case the girls did catch the soapy dopey Saiyans out. In the end, Master Roshi made a dash for it out the door once the girls started asking questions, but Goku had to hold him down. They did eventually get back to bed, and surprisingly fell asleep straight away, but awoke at 6 a.m. the next day like most 5-year-olds do. Goten and Trunks in this fic were not actually mentioned because they sneaked off to an all-night Christmas rave without anyone knowing, and got drunk that they didn't return home until the early hours in the morning, but they gave it away, when Trunks fell onto the Christmas tree at the entrance of the house and it collapsed, with a bang waking the adults up. She was also not in this fic because she was sleeping all the work half wrapping all the presents. Oh yeah, even though Vegeta did kind of mash up the whole Santa act, he got what he wanted most of all. Bulma wearing a skimpy blue dress and a little la-di-da. Hey, it's a kid's fic, we can't really say, but I bet you a lot of you all can guess it. One more thing. Trunks and Goten did get in trouble for sneaking out and totally trashing the tree, but both didn't get grounded. As it was Christmas, they just had to babysit Bra and Pan on New Year's Eve. But can they not resist the urge to have their own party while their parents go out and have the time of their lives? Well, to find out that bit, you'll just have to read our New Year's Eve fics. That should hopefully be written and released soon, depending on how much good feedback we get on this, so please review. The plans for the New Year one is good, and are very, very humorous, believe us. Disclaimers. Well, we hope you liked the Christmas fic. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all! And also, could you please review so that we know what to do on New Year's fic, and so we at least will have a chance for the MediaMiner.org contest. Thanks. And goodbye, people! Remember, one thing. Don't eat too much chocolate before the turkey. From our experience. Lol. Bye-byes! And remember to review. Please don't be like the Grinch. Bye, and have a super duper time. Well, viewers, that was a nice little tale. It wasn't bad in the traditional sense of the word, but it was a nice little refreshing touch, because it is the Christmas spirit, and we have had Christmas just now. So, what did you all think? I do appreciate this, and I do thank you for considering to tip, and I do thank you, Carlossi, for your tip. It is very much appreciated. Thank you. Anyway, I shall be hosting another stream sometime soon, probably next week, round about the similar time. We'll just have to depend on see what's going on. But we'll be picking a different topic. Probably Star Wars. But if you wish to submit a suggestion, be sure to check out my Twitter and be sure to send me a tweet, and I shall consider the option. I will also be probably doing another poll, so be sure to make a vote.
I think the one thing that we can all take from this session is to ask everybody that we all know, what's the dilly filly? It's a nice little mantra, nice little point of life. Very, very nice. Very nice indeed. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in. And be sure to check out episode 2 of Bad Fanfiction Theatre. And I shall tell you now, it's about Resident Evil 4, but it's a particular type of one. So, be sure to check in for that. And as always, be sure to check out my Twitter feed, leave a tip on Stream Tip, link in the description, as well as checking out and subscribing to the channel. And Fade Review, thank you very much for all your appreciation. And again, I thank you for your patience with the Stream Tip thing. I'm just excited to be able to share this with you all. And I believe this has been a resounding success. So, thank you all for tuning in. And until next time, be sure to take care of yourselves. Until the next Bad Fanfiction Theatre. Toodle pip!